Hey all you ghosts and ghouls, it's Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Happy Halloween season. We are going to go ahead and get into your reading today. And based on the thumbnail, you're gonna have three options to choose from as far as your piles go. And just after the Halloween theme, we have pile number one, which is going to be represented by the winged serpent of doom. So if you want to pick pile number one, you will choose the winged serpent of doom. For pile number two, we have the sorry, that was my dog. For pile number two, we have the steampunk skeleton head. So if you liked the steampunk skeleton head, you'll choose pile number two. And for pile number three, we have the electric glowworm Raver. That's electric glowworm Raver, okay? So those are the three that you have to choose from, pile one, pile two, or pile three. And look at the thumbnail in order to connect with the image. And we're gonna go ahead and get into your reading today, and we're gonna find out what feelings does this person currently hold for you in their heart, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put piles 3 and 2 aside for now, and you can go directly to the timestamps below to find your pile and get into the reading, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the winged serpent of doom. Pile number one, I love it. When I think of the winged serpent of doom, I think of dragons. But I actually think there is a biblical winged serpent of doom. But anyway, pile number one, we're gonna go ahead and get into it and find out what their feelings are currently for you right now, what feelings they're holding for you in their heart, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to my pile number ones who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and those who chose pile number one. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. You guys have your Ben & Jerry's ice cream ready? Are you ready to sit down with your Haagen-Dazs and get after it with me? Let's go ahead and see what feelings are they holding in their heart for you right now, pile number one, right now. What feelings are they holding in their heart for pile number one right now, please? For right now, okay. Okay, the Eight of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and you guys are like, literally, I have no idea. That's why I'm here. I do not know, and I am not sure, okay? So let's go ahead and see, and you've probably had 1,001 different thoughts about this connection and what it's about and where it's headed and what kind of path it's on. So let's go ahead and see what feelings do they hold in their heart. The Fool, okay? Yeah, there's some fresh energy there. We have the Four of Pentacles, okay? And we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so I can see why you guys are like, WTF, what is this person and why are they this way? And because I think this person, the feelings that they're holding in their heart, I do think with the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, there are some feelings of heaviness in their heart. And also I'm getting here, there's some lack of communication, pile number one, okay? And I can see why you're having a bit of a time with this, with the Eight of Swords, and some of you may be wondering with the Chariot here, should I just move on? Like, this has been really tough, and with the Moon, and I don't really know where things are at, okay? So this person, I really think with the Fool here that there is a part of them when it comes to this connection that gets very, very turned on and gets very excited about the possibilities. But also the Fool is not the most committed, okay? Not the most committed character, more of a carefree type of an influence, okay? And my interpretation of this person is saying, when things get heavy, I'm gone, okay? Or if things get heavy, I'm gone, because I want to have a good time, because I want to try something new, because I want to feel my pulse race again with the Fool. All right. But I also feel like this person has some heaviness that they're carrying in their heart. And and I do think this person has a tendency to hold them back from love, to hold themselves back from love. Because I think they're at the outset, they're like, yeah, this is wonderful. Like, you know, I'd love to see you. Let's talk. Let's spend time. Let's get to know each other, right? The possibilities are endless with the Fool. And, you know, but I also think that, I think this person sometimes, they may even chicken out a little bit as well, pile number one, okay? Some of them may actually chicken out and just say, you know, I just can't right now. And I think, you know, they start with good intentions with the Fool. Like, let's start with a fresh, clean slate and start out here and get to know one another, okay? But I also feel like I said, this person, the idea of falling in love sounds good to them. But when it comes to the emotional aspect of it, I do think they get kind of stuck, and I think they kind of hold back, and I think they just kind of, you know, they just kind of move on, and you're like, well, what the heck happened? Like, this person disappeared, okay? It's because the Fool is not the most reliable of all the characters. Like, there's so much going on in the Fool. The Fool encompasses every single card in the tarot. So literally you could get you could get something different from this person on any day of the week, okay? And I do think sometimes this person doesn't like the way that they act, or they may even at times, pile number one, get a little bit disgusted with the way that they act. I'm getting too, like, they may be like, why can't I just stick something out? Or why can't I just, you know, why can't I just be brave? Or why can't I just go out there and conquer my fears? Why do I always, you know, why am I like this? I feel like they may even ask themselves that question too. Okay. And so this person with the 8 of Cups here, they know that this connection could be fun, exciting, or interesting. I feel like pile number one, but they're telling themselves, there's nothing more that I can do here. I tried, I'm moving on, okay? And for some of you, I also feel this person has been back and forth, trying to decide if they should reach out to you again, okay? And for some of you, this may be somebody you've been on and off with, or somebody that you met briefly, and, you know, you had that spark, but then there was like nothing else, okay? You had that exciting moment where you met, there, zing, 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 you know, electricity with the Fool. And then it's like, okay, what happened? Everything stopped. And I didn't even really hear from this person, okay? So I think that is, you know, and maybe the Chariot here, I feel like you guys are maybe caught trying to decide, like, should I just, you know, should I go this way or should I go that way? And I'm also getting something about the tension of opposites, okay? So Spirit telling me something here about the tension of opposites. The Chariot really is really driven to know and to go. Whereas the 8 of Swords is like, I am not driven to know and to go, and I don't know what's going on, okay? And I'm a little afraid that if I do something, it's gonna be the wrong move. So I'm just gonna stay in this uncomfortable position. But normally I wouldn't, okay? So I think some of you here have been having some, with the 2 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords, you've been having some topsy-turvy energy with your love life. And it's been it's like a head scratcher, I feel like, pile number one, okay? So let's go ahead and see what else is in their heart right now, okay? Some of you may even be wondering, is it the right time for me to even be like finding love right now? Because it just seems like, it just seems like, geez, like I keep kind of like getting shot down here, okay? So, but let's go ahead and see what else we have. We have comfort, okay? The Fool. Okay, so talking about being comfortable in new situations or being comfortable in new environments, we have magic, okay? We have comfort and magic. We have the Page of Wands. And what's interesting here is I was seeing this Page of Wands talking to this Page of Swords, checking each other out, trying to talk to one another, okay? And maybe you guys thought, well, is this person, are they really like comfortable talking to me? Did I do something? Did I make them uncomfortable? I don't think so. I mean, I think this person's trying to be comfortable in new situations, okay? And kind of see if they can be comfortable in new situations. And let's see what else we have. So we have the Page of Wands here and magic. So you haven't lost your mind. There is a spark between you two, pile number one, with magic and the Page of Wands. There definitely is a spark between you and this person, okay? But they may, with the Four of Pentacles, is very, very heavy energy, and it's not like the most spontaneous. It's pretty much opposite from the Fool, okay? So, this person fumbling around in the dark here a little bit, pile number one. This person kind of fumbling around in their own confusion at times, but you can see the spark and you can see the fire burning in the background, and you can see that there is a spark between you two. And I'm drawn to the fact that her shoe is off. Like, she has one shoe on and she has one shoe off, okay? And this Page of Wands is like this very fervent, exciting, kind of getting lost in the moment, making out type of energy, pile number one. So, at that moment, it was very comfortable, or this person felt comfortable, and it felt like a magic moment, like this magic moment, okay? Phone call, all right? So again, this person popping in and popping out, all right? With the Fool and the Eight of Cups, popping in, popping out, phone call, okay? So this person wanting to feel comfortable to reach out. Wow, we have magic in the one, phone call and the one. That's very interesting, okay? And yeah, that's why I was saying I feel like this person is like mad at themselves or questioning themselves, because it's like, okay, like gather your balls with the Four of Pentacles, gather your pentacles, and don't wait for so long, because when you wait for a long time, opportunities slip away, okay? And so that's what I'm seeing here, all right? And we have the Six of Cups, okay? So I feel like there could be a phone call or an apology or a discussion to say, hey, I feel like this person could pop up in a very surprising way, pile number one. They could pop up and say, hey, no, actually, I didn't want to give you the wrong impression. I actually really do like you, and I was having an off week, or I was having an off day, or sometimes I because the Four of Pentacles doesn't really move that fast. That's not a very fast moving energy, okay? And so in matters of the heart, this person gets real excited, but they're also not real fast moving, okay? And for them, exploring new horizons, I feel like could be scary for them at times, pile number one, but I also feel like they want to. So it's a bit of a tug of war inside them, I feel. Okay, but I see that they have, it's not that they're not comfortable with you. If you're like, did I say something to, was I too much? Did I say something? Did I move too quickly with the Chariot here? Like I feel you guys really analyzing your behavior with the Nine of Wands and the Moon and saying, geez, what did I do? And, and I feel like some of you may even be a little bit upset, like, well, even if I did something, I really didn't mean to do it. So I don't know why it has to be this huge deal, And I kind of feel like normally you guys are confident, or, you're in tune with yourself and you're confident, but this situation's a little topsy-turvy here. But I think that this person has positive feelings towards you. All right. I think they do. They do, pile number one, but they get scared and they run off. 8 of Cups. Okay. And sometimes intensity, Page of Wands, like this is a very intense Page of Wands in this deck. Sometimes intensity and feeling and all of that can really crop up really fast between people, and people think, oh, it's not it's gonna be easy, right? And or it's gonna be nice, or it's gonna be okay, but then they find out like, oh, actually I'm still a little uncomfortable with expressing myself, because the Four of Pentacles is somebody who's still a little uncomfortable admitting things to themselves or expressing things. All right. And let's see what else here. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. And so this person, I feel like with the 8 of Cups at times telling themselves, my feelings are real, or my feelings aren't real. I'm not sure if my feelings are real. And then I tend to get lost in my feelings and get in over my head. So I'm just going to wait a little bit with this 4 of Pentacles and see if I truly do have romantic feelings for pile number one, or if this just is something that, it's just this something that's going to kind of pass through me, or pass through me and be like a flash in the pan, or is it going to be something more? Okay. But we have romantic feelings here. So you can see the urge. The Fool is like pure urge. So this person has an urge, to call you or to reach out as soon as they start feeling comfortable again. Okay. So we have these romantic feelings. So you're not losing your mind, pile number one. This person has romantic feelings, but they may not feel like dealing with it, with the 4 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups, or the 4 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Let's see what we have here. We have, we have surrendering, and then we have Saturn. All right. So again, with the shoes, you guys must have some really cute shoes, because I'm seeing these black pumps, and then I'm seeing like lavender purplish pumps. I'm seeing the feet and the shoes again. You guys must have it going on, pile number one. And you can see like this person leaving and walking out the door, just like the 8 of Cups is leaving and walking out the door. You can literally see it on this card right here, and you can see, you could actually see the moon eclipsing over the sun, just like you can see in the 8 of Cups. Very interesting, pile number one, because the 8 of Cups is a Saturn card, Saturn in Pisces, and this card says Saturn on it, and it says surrendering. All right, and I feel like some of you are, kind of a little bit agitated with this person, and they're flip-flopping. They're belly aching and they're flip-flopping and they're coming and going and leaving and staying. And I feel like with this 4 of Pentacles, their feelings aren't really going anywhere, but they may be physically leaving. They may be physically leaving and going off. All right. But when they come back with the Fool, they want to see you, or they're excited to see you. Okay, but I think it's made you guys a little bit upset, pile number one, because it's like, you know, it's neither here nor there with this person sometimes. And I think, you know, some of you may be, you know, wanting more of a commitment, or some of you may be needing, because I got that lack of communication, you know, and the Fool is certainly excited, but the Fool isn't going to put together a 10-page paragraph on how he or she feels. And the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups is a very awkward, it's very awkward conversationally, okay? So this person could have difficulty like bringing up certain things or mentioning certain things, even though this person feels comfortable with you and they feel good feelings for you. They're not the best. I feel like sometimes they may leave you in the dark, pile number one, and sometimes when they leave, for those of you where this person is kind of coming and going and leaving, it may leave a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth, pile number one, okay? And I think in a way, both of you are kind of surrendering, you know, and I feel like this, because it says surrendering here, and I feel like especially you are like, you know, I'm not going to be in this, I'm going to keep on keeping on my path here, okay? And I'm not going to I don't think you're normally a person that lets indecision keep you mired up for a very long time. But I do feel like you have feelings for this person, and you like this person. So you're like, hey, you know, I'm willing to take a couple, you know, bumps and bruises for that. But at the same time, I feel like if there's not real action here with the Chariot, that, you know, you guys are just kind of like, hey, I don't know whether this person is coming or going at times, and they don't know in their heart either what's going on with them, okay? And it's been a tough thing. However, there is feelings here, which we're gonna get. Okay, so we have the water element. Yes, we do. And we have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Cups, which of course are water cards. And, you know, we have surrendering. I feel like you guys are just like, you know, fuck it. If they're going to come back and talk to me again, or if I'm going to see them again, then I guess they'll turn up, but I'm not going to sit here and stew about it forever, because, you know, who wants to do that? Okay. But I do think, you know, this is water element, romantic feelings. Okay. The Six of Cups, very pleasurable moments and feelings that you two have shared together. And I also think, pile number one, that this person can sense that you're not happy with the way that they're kind of, you know, if they see you or talk to you and act like, hey, like it's no big deal, pile number one, in their heart, they know that they know in their heart that they have upset you at times. I know that they know that, pile number one, okay? Even if when you see them or you talk to them, they're like, hey, you know, and I'm here, and let's spend time, or let's talk again, or act like nothing happened, jump back on the same page, right? Four of Pentacles, act like nothing happened, nothing changed. But I think really they know they have been in and out. And whether they've been physically absent or not, I think this person does sense, you know, that because this person has a very deep emotional world. I feel like it may not, you know, but I feel like they don't share that with many people, pile number one. And it's not something that, you know, it's not something that they like to share with a lot of people. I don't really think they like when they have to leave or walking away that much easier. I don't think walking away or anything is super easy for them, or if they have to go or if they have to leave. I don't think they're jumping up and down about that either, okay? And I think they can sense that, you know, you're upset, and they might be saying, well, sorry, I have to work, you know? And I mean, everybody has to work, but like, you know, the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, they may be saying, hey, like, you know, sorry, I got caught up with work or things like that, okay? And you're like, yeah, I've heard that before. You weren't born yesterday, pile number one. I will say that, okay? So before I close your reading, pile number one, I'm gonna ask what you should do about this situation, because I think that's really the question on your mind, okay? So Spirit, what's your advice for pile number one when it comes to this situation, please? What's your advice? What is your advice? I'm also getting that this person knows and senses in their heart that you have feelings for them, or that you care about them, and that you have been upset at times. I think they know that, pile number one, in their heart, okay? They're feeling what you're putting down. Let's see here. For my pile number ones, what should pile number one do currently? All right. There's the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So they're like, don't leave me, baby. Don't cut me off entirely. I still got those romantic feelings. All right. But let's see. We have the Page of Pentacles and we have the Six of Swords. Okay. So, I mean, the thing for you as far as what you should do is sober productivity, pile number one, okay? Put your efforts in things that bring you a sense of accomplishment. And I feel like, you know, as much as, you know, there's a lot of, some of you may be working a lot on projects or things that you want to do. You may have some really interesting ideas. You may be interested in studying something new or learning about something. And I just think ultimately right now, I mean, I feel like this person, here they are, the Knight of Cups, they're lingering in the background here, you know, and there's the Five of Pentacles and the High Priestess, and they know they've been shitty and they're sorry and they care. There's the King of Cups. All right. I mean, it's all there on the bottom of the deck, but I mean, I see your frustration, pile number one, and I get it, but I think your formula here is to, you know, put yourself first and foremost, okay? And focus on the things that are in front of your face right now. And I used to, you know, I remember when I was in my 20s, when I was kind of like dating a lot and going out a lot, and I might have even been in my late 20s, and I said, I was very crass, pile number one. I was a very crass woman, but I said, if you're not in front of me with your D in my face, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to forget you. You know what I mean? Because I got other things to do in my day. So remind me of who you are again, or I don't know, like I forgot who you are or lose my number. But anyway, so I think there is a focus on, I just tell you guys that story because it's like, you know, the Page of Pentacles is really focusing on that pentacle and really focused on elevating the things that he or she can do to put themselves in a more secure position and to really stay in touch with reality and to really have one's feet firmly on the ground, okay? And I do think with the Six of Swords here, some of you are resolving to take your mind off of this for a while because there's many other things that you are curious about. There's many other things that you have your eye on. There's plenty to do. There's always plenty to do with the Page of Pentacles. There's more to do. There's more to learn. And, yeah, I just think that you guys are not going to mentally stress yourselves out, okay? Because there is a lot in front of you right now. And I like that you're being a practical realist, pile number one, and that you're putting your own mind at ease by choosing to focus on the things that are in front of you right now, okay? And my vibe for this is this can be dealt with later, okay? And it may in fact be dealt with later because I have a feeling this person is going to come around, or it's not the last you're going to hear from them, or they, you know, here they are, the Knight of Cups popping up, you know. But I feel like right now for you guys, I feel like the energy is this, this can be dealt with later. Okay. I don't have to like go crazy about this right now, because some of you may have tests coming up, or you may have like on the job learning that you're doing, or you may have like certain things that you need to show up for and be really sharp for. You may have like things going on in your everyday life that just need your focus and attention. So the vibe I'm getting is this situation could be dealt with later, okay? And for now, keep your mind clear and keep focused on what is in front of you, what's in front of your face. And when I mean that, I say, you know, who's reaching out to you, who's calling you, who's texting you, who's making plans with you, who's, you know, like if a friend is like, oh yeah, like let's go do something or whatever, but then they never, and every time you see them, oh yeah, let's hang out, but then they never actually do anything, you know? Are you going to spend a lot of time thinking about that friend, or are you going to be thinking about the friend that is reaching out and is like, hey, let's go here, and it's like, yeah, I set this up, and then you're like, yeah, that's cool, I'm on my way, and that type of thing. Okay, so people don't like flakes. People do not like flaky people. And, you know, I always say, do what's in front of your face, you know, talking about my really crass example from my 20s. But it served me well because I had a very short attention span for people who just wouldn't put themselves in front of me. Anyway, pile number 1. I loved your reading. I love your energy. And I do think this person cares for you. But for right now, I'm just saying this can be dealt with later. Work on what's in front of you. And I do think, Knight of Cups, that this person may come back around. If you want them to, it's up to you. Pile number 1, thank you for coming to your reading today, and let me know your thoughts and comments. Let's move on to pile number 2. All right. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the Steampunk Skeleton Head. Pile number 2, good for you. So let's go ahead and get into your reading today. We're going to find out what feelings does this person hold for you in their heart right now. Okay, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to pile number 2, who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 2. Pile number 2. Something's gonna come up in your reading. I can feel it. I don't know why Spirit's showing me like Transformers and robots and AI and stuff like that. But anyway, pile number 2. Maybe you watched a movie on that, or maybe this person's really into that, or somebody works in tech. But let's go ahead and see. Oh, okay, there's the Hierophant. The Hierophant doesn't really work in tech. The Hierophant's like, the world is changing so fast and I hate it. Why can't there just be, you know, why do I need a code to get into this building? What happened to a good old-fashioned key in a hole? You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2, there's the Hierophant. Rejecting all the new improvements and just wanting to stay with the old, okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and see what feelings does this person hold in their heart for my pile number 2. What feelings? Okay. All right, the Hanged Man. I was like, give me something I can work with, pile number 2's person. All right, but they're already, you know, this person, they're already being kind of, you know, the moon. They're already, you know, they're like, don't tap into my feelings. I don't want you to, okay? But let's go ahead and see. And maybe some of you here too, you guys coming, here's the Empress and the King of Wands. So, you know, this person maybe acting like, you know, acting like it's no big deal, or acting like, oh, gee, I don't know. But look at this, King of Empress and King of Wands. But anyway, let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see for pile number 2. We have Temperance, okay? Somebody, like I said, somebody trying to keep it cool, keep it chill. Oh my God, why do we have so many major arcanas? Pile number 2. Something's going on. Something big is going on, okay? And I do feel like, okay, here we have the Queen of Swords with the Five of Swords, but I think some of you have had some really rough situations in love in the past, okay, where people have, you know, lied to you, betrayed you, where people have just been, you know, not who they said they were, when people were, you know, just people that weren't good enough for you, with the Five of Pentacles, where you're just like, I don't know, something's got to give, something's got to change, okay? But, you know, there's all this exciting energy with the Page of Wands, Eight of Wands, and Ace of Wands. So I feel like your love life is in a major overhaul right now, and things are changing. And if they have been the same with nothing for a while, I feel like some of you get ready to see the light, okay? And this person's, I feel like, here's what I feel. I feel like this person, some of you may have been very wishy-washy towards love, or just, you know, but I feel like this person brings out really positive qualities in you, okay? They have a way of bringing out positive qualities in you. And I think people you've been with in the past here, with the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, have not always brought out the best side of you, pile number 2. So this could be something new, all right? And this could be something different. And yeah, but let's go ahead and see. Let's see what else we have here. We have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so, you know, I feel like it's you guys that are really the ones that are kind of, you guys are the ones that are kind of like, I don't know, you know? And it could be because, like I said, because you've dealt with some pretty tough behavior in the past. I think you guys really are sweethearts with the Queen of Cups. And I do think you worry. And I do think some of you could be divorced with the Three of Swords here. And some of you, Queen of Cups, could have been with the King of Cups, who put you through hell. And, you know, and just some of, like, here's the Tower. Like I said, somebody that ruins your happiness, somebody that, yeah, some of you could be coming from a place of having been, you know, through a very long-term relationship that wasn't, you know, that wasn't that great for you. Or maybe at first it was okay, but over the long run, it became a real issue to stay in that partnership, okay? And what I see here is that this person, and some of you may be like, you know, you guys may be the ones throwing up some of the smoke signals, okay? And I feel, okay, for some of you, I just have to say, pile number 2, you may not want this person to know how you feel, because they were in a very shitty connection with someone else where they're going through a breakup or a split up, or there's something happening in that connection, okay? And I do think that this person as well has had a tendency to pick people and go after people that are very, bring a lot of nasty baggage with them, pile number 2, okay? I see the Queen of Swords being backed up by the Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles. So reading this the other way, I also think this person has a way of picking partners that could be very emasculating, or partners that they feel they need to take care of, or partners that, you know, never really appreciate them but want everything from them. And some of them may even have been with partners who would you know, like partners who had children with them and then would keep their kids from them, and, you know, all this kind of stuff. Pile number 2, okay? And there could even have been monetary things as well. This person could pick people that are not very good with their money, and people that never want to admit that they're wrong, okay? So there's a lot in this person's patterns. I feel pile number 2, and, you know, this person has had a way of staying stuck or repeating the same relationship patterns for a long time. And I do think this person with the 10 of Wands here is working hard, you know, working hard to change the way that they approach things and to be better, okay? I do think they're trying hard. I do think they have, I feel like this person doesn't really want to give up. I feel like they want to work harder. You know, when we see the sun in their heart, I do feel like their heart beams towards you, pile number 2, and maybe you feel that when you see them or you're around them. I do feel like when this person hears your name, they get very excited. They may even blush, smile, or laugh a lot when they hear your name or they see a picture of you or somebody mentions you, okay? But I also feel like this person with the 10 of Wands is saying, I have a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to do on myself and my life, but I do feel like this person with Temperance here is serious about approaching things in a different way, okay? And I do think they're looking for someone that can meet them halfway, somebody that also, they may even be looking for somebody that can support themselves as well. You know, somebody that has their own money or somebody that can support themselves, because we see the Empress here, okay? And, but let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else, pile number 2. We have space, okay? So this person's trying to work out some things in their life right now, and there's some trade-offs that they're having to make here. We have space. We have determination. Wow, I knew this combination was going to come up. Look at that black and yellow and the sun, okay? So this person's figuring out some things in their life right now, and but they're determined. They're determined to, and I feel like this person will give you space, pile number 2, because I feel like some of you here with the Empress, the Moon, and the Hangman have been giving this person, I do feel like you're interested in them, but I also feel like you guys have been throwing up some smoke signals, or being a little bit unavailable, or not really, you know, not really showing your feelings or your true intentions, okay? And for those of you that have been through some challenging situations with love in the past, and therefore you're not one to just jump out there off a cliff and just be like, hey, here I am, you know, you're a little more, you got a big heart, pile number 2, but I also feel like, you know, you may be suspicious of some people and what they want or what it is that they want from you. You may also be giving out some hardcore mixed signals yourself, okay? So this person, I also feel like, is just saying, I'm going to give pile number 2 some space. You know, and I'm going to give pile number 2 the space that they need to kind of figure out where they're at, okay? Because I think some of you have also been very confused about where you're at, okay? And for those of you that are still in a partnership, okay, because the Hierophant in the Tarot is all about union, and it's all about those traditional unions. So for those of you that are still yourself, you know, trying to knocking on heaven's door over there, pile number 2, trying to get out of something you don't want to be in anymore. I feel like this person is saying, you know, giving each other a healthy amount of space and not overwhelming each other with too much. And, you know, and I also feel like this person is determined to be happy again. This person is determined to focus on themselves and to focus on their happiness and to focus on having the space and time to actually do that, okay? But I do think this person's acknowledging with the Ten of Wands that they have quite a bit of work to do on themselves. And I don't think they're giving up, though. I do not. You know, sometimes people look at the Ten of Wands and say, okay, it's that energy where you just have to give up. And I feel like this person does not want to give up on themselves, and they don't want to give up on their happiness, okay? And even if it takes some time, they're willing to do that. And they got some big things going on in their heart. I feel there is an awakening in their heart space and realizing just how tough things have been, and maybe how in the past they've shortchanged themselves, okay? Because I feel like they're on this journey of kind of awakening here, okay? And like I said, this person may bring out some awakening qualities in you. We have the Tower. Okay, so here we see the scene of jealousy, betrayal, somebody's with somebody else's woman, somebody's really mad, somebody's with someone else's man or woman, and you know, it's really hard to be in a relationship with someone when you don't trust them. I will tell you that much, pile number 2, okay? And even if somebody cheats and the other person forgets them or looks the other way, it's always going to be in the back of their mind. It really always is, okay? And this person, I think, has put themselves in some very bad positions before when it comes to relationships, okay? And I feel like they're determined to have a better, to not fall into these situations again, okay? But let's see what else we have here. We have trust. Yeah, it's like I said, it's very hard to trust when someone is, you know, and sometimes we just have to give each other space to grow and to heal with Temperance. And this person has been through a lot in their heart space, and I do feel like this person may have forgiven someone like over and over, okay? And even though there were indiscretions or there were things that were, you know, shocking, irreconcilable differences or just shocking behavior, okay, by someone. And that made it really difficult for somebody else to understand, like, why is this happening, okay? And because we can go with the Tower to a moment of, you know, like, wow, this is so hot and interesting, and it's this explosive moment, but then we have to pay for the consequences later. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? So, I mean, I feel like this person is paying for the consequences dearly, whether they were the one that stepped out or whether they were with someone that stepped out, okay? Or was really hurt by someone else. But I feel like, you know, it's very hard to trust once those moments happen. And, you know, some words we say, we can't take back. And some actions, like, we can't take back, and it makes it very, very hard to trust, okay? So I do feel like this person with Temperance here is determined not to let this be the end all be all for them, though. Pile number 2. They're determined to work on things and to work on being able to trust again, okay? And we have unstable here, okay? So that's with the Tower, you know, and this whole thing of sometimes trusting and sometimes not trusting and sometimes not, you know, sometimes everything's fine and everything's okay. All right, I do feel like this person has made a habit out of sometimes trying to cover up hardships with just like, oh, everything's gonna be all right, you know, that type of thing. And but I think underneath that optimism, or underneath that, you know, they may tell themselves, oh, everything's gonna be all right if I just trust the situation and if I just try a little bit harder, I give it some space, okay? But ultimately, what happened to this person, or what has been happening to them, is that they feel like They're really determined to get into a better heart space, but I think they have moments of happiness, and then they have moments of it's never going to get better, it's too much, which is the 10 of Wands. Okay, no matter what I do or what I try, it ends this way. So I do think that this person has moments of like, yeah, it's going to be okay, and then other times is like, it's not going to be okay, you know? So and this unstable trust. All right. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. The Star card. Wow. Okay, when you wish upon a star. And this is more major arcana cards. We have the Tower, the Temperance card. We have the Sun. There's a lot of major arcana here saying that also this is saying this person is looking for someone that they've always wished for their entire life, pile number 2, okay? And I feel like this person is somebody who is very transparent, somebody who is very natural, somebody who isn't hiding behind anything, okay? And I do feel like looking for someone who picks them up after the fall, okay? Because the Star card comes after the Tower in the tarot deck, and the Star card is where we can finally regroup and, you know, and we're on solid ground again, and we're going back and reflecting on what it is that we really, really wanted from a long time ago. And I feel like this person is remembering something that they wanted a really, really long time ago, something that they wished for themselves a really, really long time ago, okay, but that they never had. All right, pile number 2, that's very interesting. So this is also like the ideal, you know, the ideal man or the ideal woman that they have always had, I think, in their mind. All right, but let's see what else here. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Yeah, so positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So that's what this person is thinking, that positive thinking and faith will bring them romance. And I already talked about how they're like, oh, everything's going to be okay, you know, and I'll just give it some space, and I'll just give it some time, and I'll just be patient with Temperance, and I'll just trust, okay? But I feel like, you know, this person can bounce back from things in their heart space, pile number 2. But I also feel like if they're staying optimistic about a situation that's been really bad, where trust has been broken, then that's not something that they should continue to do. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? So, but I do think they're saying, you know, it has been hard, it has been tough, but I want things to be better now. The Star card, the Sun, Temperance. I want to trust. I want to feel like my relationships are stable. The Tower is very unstable, destabilizing energy, okay? So I think, you know, they're like, I'm not giving up, but it's been tough. All right. We have here Pisces and healing. Wow. Pile number 2. So look at this. And I can see them in the background. And, you know, I feel like they're checking their breath to see if their breath is good. You know how people do that? They'll put their hand up and go and like breathe on their hand like that and be like, you know, before they pick up their date, and they're like, is my breath okay? Or they'll ask their friend or something. But anyway, I feel like this person, I mean, there's a very Romeo and Juliet type of a vibe here. And yeah, and as far as being like the ideal, we could have some Aquarius people here, some Pisces people here as well. This is a Pisces card, a moon in Pisces. All right, but there is something very ethereal, romantic, and natural about you, pile number 2. And some of you may have some really, really super long hair, like dark, super long hair. But you're just that, I feel like you guys are the kind of people that could be like somebody's muse, you know? You've got that type of energy. You have that type of magical fairy romance vibe around you. All right. And some of you just may smell divine. This person may tell you that your place smells divine or that you smell divine. You can see the moon rising in the background. And I mean, it's just a very romantic, it's a very romantic moment. And I do feel like this person's looking for healing. The Star card is all about healing and staying positive and going deep for what really matters, okay? And yeah, I mean, I do feel like this person sees you as much more, I feel like they do see this tender, caring aspect of you, pile number 2. And, maybe at times you haven't always shown that, or it's just gotten buried, behind other things, or with the moon and the hangman, it was just something you felt you lost in yourself, all right? And, that's interesting when we meet people and we feel like it brings something. It may even be bringing out an artistic side in you, pile number 2. And, bringing out like a hobby of yours that you're like, I actually forgot that I liked that. And, I'm just kind of like seeing that I like that again. So it's very cute. I mean, I like it. There's challenges here. All right. And hopefully, you're not still in a bad connection and this person isn't still in a bad connection. And hopefully, hopefully these things can be, these things can be healed. And I do think that this person, wants healing and seeks healing and seeks, comfort and pleasure with you. Let's see what we have. We have the 3rd house and messages. So I do feel like this person has a lot to say to you. They have a lot of, they may like, you guys may like writing things to each other. Maybe some of you here actually like writing or are very good writers. This person may be very good with, they may have some skill with writing as well, or art here with temperance, okay? They may have some of those skills as well. But I also feel like, this person's trying to decode your messages. Pile number 2. I feel like they're looking at your messages, and I feel like sometimes your messages are here and they're there, or they're, and I feel like this person's really trying to understand your messages and what you're saying and like what you mean by your messages. Okay. So that's a very interesting thing. And they're in their heads a lot here with this 3rd house energy, trying to, so you're not just in their heart. I also feel like you're in their head, and their head is like trying to decode things and look at things that you have, like breadcrumbs of trail that you have left for them to kind of find out where you're at, which is very interesting. Okay. And I see somebody wearing all black with a black t-shirt, and like maybe it looks like black stretchy pants, okay, with a black t-shirt, and sitting underneath a lamp that has like gold on it and then black on the top of it, and somebody with brownish hair. Okay, so I am seeing that too. Okay, and some of you here also may have, somebody here may have a bird as a pet, is also what I'm seeing, or like a pet canary or a pet bird or something like that. Okay, I'm also seeing moth, like the moth spirit or moths in general. So I do think if some of you have been running across a lot of moth imagery lately, I'm seeing that, all right? And I am seeing somebody sitting down to do something like write or paint or do something like that, all right? And I also see a doggy here with very straight up pointy ears, okay? And I also see 2 friends walking together and talking. And I feel like this person is wondering what you say or what you talk about, if you talk about them to their friends, okay? And I'm also seeing the letter R here, okay? And I'm seeing a Christmas tree as well, okay? And the letter D, okay? So there's a lot. I mean, I'm scrying on this card right now, pile number 2 for you, but there's a lot here. hopefully that for those of you that are like, you know, I don't think it's about, he can't feel that way, or she can't feel that way, or there's no way in hell or anything, you know, I give you those messages to show you what I'm seeing and what I'm connecting with for you, okay? Pile number 2, I love the energy, and I do feel like this person's kind of after you, pile number 2, so let me know how it goes and how you're feeling, and I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You picked the Electric Glowworm Raver. Good for you, pile number 3. I love that. The guy on the front looks like, of the thumbnail, looks like he's dancing with some glow sticks. I wanted to actually find an electric glowworm for your pile and just have that be your your signifier, but instead, you know, we have the Electric Glowworm Raver. So good for you, pile number 3. And we are going to go ahead and get into your reading and find out what feelings do they hold in their heart for you right now. Okay, pile number 3. So hold on to your britches, hold tight, take a deep breath. We're ready for takeoff, pile number 3. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 3 who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 3. I feel like presenting you with a rose, pile number 3. Welcome to your pile. Let's go ahead and, you know, let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 3. 1, 2, 3 for pile number 3. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. What feelings do they hold in their heart for pile number 3 right now? Okay. Ooh, they're anxious to get them out there. So, oh, there's the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, anxious to get it out there with the King of Wands. Fire of fire energy. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Let's go ahead and find out what they're, ooh, this person's like, yeah, what's going on? I need to know. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Okay, so let's see. What are their feelings? We have the 2 of Cups, the Moon, okay, and we have the Star. 2 major arcanas to start out here. So these are big feelings, and they're not small feelings, all right? This person doesn't have small feelings for you. And I do feel like they are, you know, it's interesting because I feel like for some of you, you remind them of someone. There's a lot of water here, okay? And so they've got some feelings that run pretty deep for you, I feel, pile number 3. And the moon here is interesting, okay? And the moon and the stars in the sky, right? And the 2 of Cups. It just reminds me of that song by I Swear by, what's that group? It's an R&B song, I Swear by the Moon and the Stars in the Sky. Actually, I think I did a reading with that title at one point. But I feel like this person, they have deep feelings for you, I feel, pile number 3, okay? And the 2 of Cups in the tarot is the Lord of Love. And you know what? With the moon here, the moon could, and I don't say this, pile number 3, if you listen to my readings very often and you know how I read, you know I'm not a person that's always like past life, you knew this person in a past life, blah, 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 blah. I only say that if, you know, if I see that. When I see the moon with the 2 of Cups, I'm like, yeah, that could be it, okay? And there is something special about this connection, and there is something special about you to this person. And I do think you do hold a special place in their heart, okay? And I do feel like this person worries about you sometimes, okay? And wants to know that you're okay. For some of you too, I just have to tell you with this King of Wands, I'm also getting, the Page of Cups is right there too. I'm getting like an element of someone's father or grandfather or father or something like that, okay? And, you know, so for those of you, it's just a side note that's coming through, okay? Pile number 3, so some of you may have some of that energy because the moon also has to do with the past and ancestors and all of that. And, you know, the moon is very unknown. You know, we don't know where the path is going to take us, and the path just keeps on going indefinitely. And we don't know where it starts and we don't know where it ends, and it just is. You know, and, you know, the moon can make us feel a little unsettled though, because it is very, it makes us feel like we can't really trust our rational senses, you know? So I feel like when it comes to you, I feel like this person just feels innately drawn to you with the 2 of Cups, okay? Pile number 3, there is something very familiar, or there is something very special with this Star card, okay? And I feel like this person, like, you know, is like, why is that, you know? And why is that? And there may even, some of you may have felt like, oh, did I have a past life connection with this person in the past where, you know, because I feel like this person has like protective instincts towards you as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, that's really interesting. And I'm not trying to freak anybody out with that. And if you don't like those, if you're like, no, I don't want to hear anything about my past lives, then plug your ears and fast forward the reading. But I feel like, I also feel like this person, you know, something I'm getting here is this person is saying, like, do you know how special you are to me? Okay. And, like, I'm not sure if you always knew that, or if you always know that. Okay. So very interesting. Pile number 3. All right. And the moon and the moon card and the star card talk about, you know, searching deep within for the origins of something, okay? And finding, you know, love with the 2 of Cups. Like I said, in the tarot, the 2 of Cups is the Lord of Love. And so there definitely is a lot of emotion. It's not logical. It's not rational. It does, you know, who knows where it all is pulling from or coming from. And yet there it is, okay? So let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have going on here. We have caution. Okay, very interesting. We have happiness. Caution, happiness. Wow, okay. Let's see what else. Wow, we have the King of Cups. And look at the way he's stroking her hair. And he has his arm around her in a very protective way. And she looks like she's sitting on his lap, or she's sitting by his knee, and she's sitting very close to him. And yeah, this person's a romantic. I feel like pile number 3. This person is romantic. And, you know, they may be telling themselves, like, you know, because the moon also can create illusions. So, you know, they could be telling themselves, like, be careful, you know, you don't know where this is going to go. But I also feel like they're, I just also feel like they're very open emotionally, okay? And I don't know if you guys know that, or I don't know if you guys feel that, or what you feel from this person. Pile number 3, we'll see more as we get into the reading on that. And I mean, I think that this person is there's this energy here of, you know, I really feel something unique with pile number 3, but you know, I'm a little scared. Caution, I'm a little scared, okay? I'm a little cautious about love, and I'm a little cautious about putting my feelings out there. I'm a little cautious about saying something, but I do care, okay? And it's like with happiness in the moon, I don't know why, but this just makes me happy, all right? So let's see what else. We have soulmate, Jesus Christ, pile number 3, okay? Jeez, what is going on, pile number 3? I mean, in a good way. I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Okay, we have stalemate. Okay, so, you know, stalemate on happiness with the moon. So it's like, I care. This person is saying, I have deep feelings for pile number 3, and I care, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to express it, okay? And we see a lot of emotion, but we don't see a lot of like swords. We don't see, you know, a lot of swords cards talking about communication. We're not seeing a whole lot of communication. And it's not that I'm not saying that this person doesn't talk to you, pile number 3. I'm just saying we're seeing a lot of feelings here, but you know, it's very interesting. When I started dating my boyfriend, he actually told his dog that, he actually told my dog that he loved my dog before he told me, because he wanted to see how it was going to go. We always joke about it to this day. I'm like, do you realize you told my dog that you love her before you told me? So anyway, let's see what else. Also, this person may be very cautious at times, and, you know, they may not always trust their feelings with the moon here, and they may question themselves at times, okay? But let's see what else we have. We have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? So this sense of, I want to take care of you, or I want to be there for you, or I want to help you, okay? And, you know, the 2 people in the 5 of Pentacles could really use some help, couldn't they? And this King of Cups looks like, okay, I want to help, or I would like to help you in some way, okay? I am getting here something about like a single parent, or somebody who has been on their own for a while, or even if you've had financial troubles, pile number 3, or if you've been on your own at times, okay, with your children, okay. I feel like this person coming in, like wanting to take care of things with this King of Cups, okay, and yeah, so let's see what else is going on. We have soulmate. Oh my God, we have soulmate twice, okay? And I feel like this person just wants to be, they want to be good enough for you, and at times they may feel like, so I'm getting 2 things. It could be either for those of you that have been on your own for a while and it's been a struggle and you've had to worry about money and things have been tough, or someone's had health issues, okay? This person coming in and wanting to care for you and be there for you. Also, for other people, this person may not have the most money in the world, or they may not have all the, material trappings, but they do love you and they care about you a lot, okay? And they're looking, yes, this is a soulmate, okay? And sometimes I get sometimes too that this person may feel like they're not good enough for you, or they may feel like, they may put themselves down at times, or feel like they're not good enough, okay? I do think this person's highly creative, pile number 3. And let's see what else we have here. We have card number 18, Moon in Sagittarius, and calling back. okay? So it says calling back. So you guys may be waiting for this person to get back to you, okay? Also, I feel like some of you could have had somebody leave you in the past and left you in a lurch, okay, as well. But we have calling back. And interestingly, pile number 3, if there was a stalemate or there was some hardship here in this connection, I do feel like this person feels you calling them back or feels called back to you in some way, okay? The moon in Sagittarius. Also, literally, this person may just be calling you back, all right? And let's see what else we have here. We have the part of fortune and increase. So the part of fortune talks about, in traditional astrology, has to do with money, okay? And it also has to do with our happiness. So, you know, I do feel like this person is going to see better days, pile number 3, ahead for themselves here. I do think they feel that better days are ahead, or they feel that things can get better, all right, for them when it comes to their happiness. And this person at times with the moon and the 5 of Pentacles together can also talk about depression and can talk about loneliness and depression and somebody who is quite emotional, okay? And but you know, the part of fortune has to do with our happiness. So I feel like you're the ideal to this person, pile number 3, and I feel like with the 2 of Cups you could be everything that they wished for. And I do think they see you as a soulmate, and I think they believe that if you were in their life, everything would be better, or they would be happier, or things would be better for them, okay? And like having you a part of their life, I feel like is like something that's going to overall make their life better, okay? And if they didn't know this before, pile number 3, I feel like they know it now, all right? They know it now. And I'm just wondering why, with so much love, pile number 3, like something that's confusing me here is with so much love and happiness and soulmate and all this kind of stuff between you two, why is there been so much unhappiness in you and in them, okay? Or why has there been so much unhappiness and pain, you know? And it could be because of the past, and it could be because of, you know, hardships in the past and material troubles with money and health issues and things like that. I mean, there's more to life than just love. Obviously, there's a lot more, okay? And sometimes we feel like the timing isn't right, like somebody's completely perfect for us, right? And they would make our life so much better, but we're not in the place to feel like we have a whole lot to offer. And I feel like sometimes this person may feel that they don't have a whole lot to offer, and that may make you feel bad because then you're wondering, like, you know, do they like me? What's going on? I feel like they do like you. And I feel like when they're around you with this part of fortune, they also feel with the part of fortune that you're part of their future happiness, or that you are a part of their destiny, because we talk about the part of fortuna, the part of fortune, the part of destiny, like what is making us, what's the formula for our happiness and security in life, okay? And maybe for a long time, this person didn't really know with the moon, and they were lonely, or they were sad, or, you know, and they didn't really know. And because of that, it kept them from acting on things. And I do think some of them have been very cautious at times when it comes to love, because I do think falling in love to this person is a big deal. Or I do think meeting someone you connect with isn't just a run-of-the-mill thing that happens on every Tuesday. You know, it is so much more than that. So But I do feel like this person, you know, they look at their life and what's ahead in their life, and they want to make something real. You know, the part of fortune is about, you know, bringing something that is real into focus. Okay. And so, you know, I think that this person is wanting to be that person for you, pile number 3, okay? And maybe at times they disappointed you with the 5 of Pentacles and stalemate, and maybe sometimes their own inhibitions kind of made them, you know, made them seem a little distant in their heart space, pile number 3. But I don't think that's because they don't care. I think it's because they just, you know, I don't think this person is used to finding such a, you know, with the 2 of Cups, like such a compatible soulmate. You know, I don't think they're, I mean, it's like, wow, part of fortune increase. Did I just strike gold here? And some people, you know, they spend a lot of time wandering around not knowing what's going to make them happy and not really investing in themselves that way because they feel like it's hopeless with the 5 of Pentacles, okay? But I feel like I said, there's something in you that has woken this person up, and there's something within you too, I feel like, that has woken this person up. So this is a very interesting reading, and it's like, you know, with the 5 of Pentacles and the part of fortune, we go from rags to riches in a way here, and it's richness in the heart, you know, with the Star and the 2 of Cups, and you know, even in the Moon, right? Getting comfortable with discomfort and not always knowing where things are going to lead, but instead just being willing to go in the moment and trust what you're feeling, okay? And I do think this person is working on that, okay? I do think it's something that they're working on, and that I feel like this person has what it takes to love someone deeply, pile number 3, okay? They just may have some inhibitions, and everybody does, you know, everybody has that part where they feel ashamed, or where they feel like, you know, they don't have enough to offer, or they feel like they're being a terrible burden on someone else, or they feel like, you know, like they don't have a right to their own happiness, or they don't, you know, everybody has that at times, and it happens in life, you know, life is tough. But I do feel like this person really sees you in a positive light. And I feel like pile number 3, you need to see yourself in a positive light too, because you bring a lot of light to this world with the Star card, okay? And you also bring a lot of intrigue and mystery and excitement with you as well with the Moon, you know, and you bring, you know, you bring a lot into this person's life and into people's life in general. So pile number 3, for those of you that have felt down and out yourselves, I also feel like there's a message here for you as well, that love has a way of lightening the pain, or lightening the dullness that we sometimes get in our heart when we've kind of felt bad about ourselves for a while, or we've kind of doubted ourselves, or, you know, or we've taken less than what we're worth, and, you know, we just felt lonely, okay? And for those of you that have felt lonely or sad or things like that, and you're wondering, should I reach out to an ex? I don't think so, pile number 3. I don't think so. I don't know. Pile number 3, that's going to be up to you. Let's ask it real quick for some of you that have been asking that question. Should pile number 3 reach out to an ex? Because we have this calling back card here, and it looks like you guys are like, should I call someone back? All right, but let's go ahead and see. Should pile number 3 call back an ex? Oh, okay. You know, there's something, while I was shuffling, I just got this message that said, I always think it's going to go better than it will, but then it doesn't go well like I thought it was going to. So for some of you, you may have had that experience with someone where you thought, oh, it's going to go really well with the Sun. Okay, I do think there's someone that would love to hear from you. I do think there is, and it could be someone from your past, okay? And they may just want to check in with you or say hi to you. I do think they would be happy to hear from you. All right. Yeah. We just see with the Emperor and Justice on the bottom of the deck, two people who are in their own worlds that got kind of stuck and didn't really know where to go from somewhere, but there was love, but it just didn't, you know, it just didn't work. The bond lessened over time, I feel like. Okay, so some of you could have had that situation that happened. I mean, I think if you did call, I mean, I don't think anything bad's going to happen to you if you talk to an ex or you catch up with someone, pile number 3. You know, we are still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Mercury went out of retrograde, but I mean, it's still in its shadow phase right now, working its way through the degrees it retrograded back to. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you did call, you would be met with good results with the Sun. But I don't know. With Justice on the bottom of the deck, it's like, yeah, I always think it's going to go better than it will. And there's always some repercussions for my actions, okay? So, you know, I don't know, pile number 3. I can't be you in the world, but I also think there is somebody from your past that would be very happy and excited to hear from you. Okay. And it could have been somebody that you left a long time ago, or somebody that you said no thank you to as well. Okay. Someone from your past, pile number 3. It's up to you if you want to go there, my dears. But, that is what I'm going to leave you with here, pile number 3. I hope that reading resonated for you. It was definitely like, you know, odd energy. I mean, not odd, but it was just very unexpected, I guess, pile number 3. I don't know if you felt that way too, but I would love to hear your comments and feedback, pile number 3. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching today. I appreciate you all so much. Take care.